Well, hello, all you beautiful people out there. Welcome in. We are back with Escobedo, and I have been doing the transfer business. But we might be in trouble this season. So let me explain a mente. They they've changed their expectation. Unless we reach the playoffs now, they wanted us to reach automatic promotion this season. Hi Andy, welcome in. They wanted automatic promotion this season, and I was panicking just a touch because if you look at our pre-season prediction-y doodle bobs, they think we're going to finish 7th, and I think we're better than that. We have done some business, some transfer business, as we do. Lots of players in, lots of players out. We've got basically a sort of semi-new squad, but I haven't quite finalised our selection yet. So I'll be doing a little bit of that before we actually get the season underway in about a week from now. But there are some new signings I'm quite excited by, including Colin Choate, a New Zealand striker who looks very, very, very good. Very, 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 very good for this level. Potentially La Liga 2 standard, which is redonkulous. He's joined us from AZ Alkmaar, and he has actually made appearances in the second tier in the Netherlands for them, which is terrifyingly good. There are a few other new faces dotted around that will come into the team. Let's see if I can find some, because it's a lot of the same team as last year. We've brought in this guy, Crescendo Hamdani, who played for Excelsior. He's just going to be a backup goalkeeper, but does have potential to play in the level above for us. I'm slowly getting to grips with the weird rules that Spain has. Other players who have come in are Rafa Blázquez. He joins us from Cortez, who are in the division below us, but he looks like a good player with some versatility, so we'll be relying on him this season. We have brought in, if I can find them, David has come in as well. He's another versatile player who joins us from Huesca. He has played La Liga 2 football a little bit, so he does know what he's doing. He was playing last season at the level above us and did quite well. So I'm hoping he is a big boost to our team. We have Aureli Kubarsi, who has joined us from Portoliano, who are, I believe, the same tier as us. But he's been playing reasonably well where he's been, so we're not going to complain too much about Aureli Kubarsi coming in. We've brought in Francis Myers here from Liverpool. He is a St. Lucian international, 18 years old, which makes him quite useful to us. I was hoping he'd have a fancy European second nationality. He doesn't, so I've had to register him. But it's fine. Potentially La Liga standard. So definitely a big pickup for us. Paul Fernandez will probably be leaving us this season, unfortunately, because he's aging and we've got better players. We've brought in Santiago Lopez from Villarreal. He was playing for their C team in this sort of tier and doing alright, so I thought we'd give him a little look just to see what he has to offer. Gonzalo Piera has signed permanently. That's pretty much the size of our first team transfer business, but what I have done is I've packed out our under 19 squad with some very big potential signings because we don't have to register most of these players to play in either team. So there is some good potential. Of course, Simon came through our youth team and looks really good. Jesus Santiago also came through our youth team and looks like he could become a really good footballer for us. Same with Jose Miguel Parra, who a lot of teams have been trying to steal from us, which tells me he's got big potential. Alex Casey, another English player, he's going to go on loan this year, but he's coming from Newcastle and looks like he might be a respectably good footballer for us in the future. Antoni Santamaria is here through our youth team, or has been with us in our youth team for a while. Hasn't played much for the first team, but he does still have some potential. We're going to try and eke out of him. If we need a backup striker, Diego starts up top, or is a striker who's come through our youth team who looks really good. Like our youth team is packed. It is packed. Oliver Barba, 16 years old, looks monstrous, so he'll be good for us as well. trying to find anyone who is explicitly new. Wassim Hassani has come in. He's a Moroccan that we've signed from Tijuana. He has been in and out of their first team squad, but he hasn't actually played for them. I played at this level a couple of years ago and was okay, so I want him to try and get some football in our B team this season. Comrade Tataret joins us from Dam, because of course we had a look at Dam, and he's a decent looking holding midfielder prospect at 16. Can't complain about him too much. Alaje Mbalo, I'll learn to say his name. He's joined us from Benfica, and I think he'll be alright after a few years. But again, B team player for a while, one would imagine. Lee Fitzgerald, the Canadian, comes in as well. He's joined us from Chelsea. I think he's going to be a B team player for a little while until he develops. Mark Santos came through our youth team, I believe. I believe he was our youth team. He was. He's been here a little while, but he's still growing as well. And Emanuele Bugiaidis comes in from Aris Saloniki, and I think he's going to be a really good player. I wouldn't be fooled by that. I think he's going to grow immensely and be great for us. So yeah, there's a lot of young players who've come in for this season. The B team has had a few little additions, but most of their squad are on trial still, so let's not get too bogged down in their comings and goings just yet. But they've got a couple of players in there we could look to turn into something as well. So we're looking stocked this season. We're looking stacked, ready to go. We haven't entered the loan market yet. We will enter the loan market. We're just not quite there yet. We're about a week out from the start of the season. In fact, we're a couple... That's a friendly. We are a week or so out from the start of the season. 10 days away. I'm very much hoping for big things from this team. Hopefully it will all work out for us, but we shall see. Good evening, Simon. Welcome in. I was just talking through the fun of the situation we find ourselves in. We've got a few new players, not a lot of new players, we've got a few new players, but they're also, the board are expecting us to get to the playoffs again, possibly automatically promoted. Definitely ready for another go. I think we've got more resilient players. There's not been any big dramas in terms of outs, I would say. The biggest out of the summer has been... Let's have a look. Did I sell him or did I release him? Actually, there's been no... I mean, Alex Garil was probably the biggest out of the summer, and he wasn't playing for us. So we're looking pretty good so far. Lots of great new signings. I'm pretty happy with a lot of the new signings. Big one to watch is our new striker, who is Colin Choate, the New Zealander. Great finishing and composure. Good in the air. Can't really jump, but he's good when the ball comes across at a reasonable height. Looks like a solid player for us, and he has come in 60 streams. My lord. My lord. That is something. But yeah, he's joined us from AZ Alkmaar, so I think he's going to be really strong for us. But we'll see. Business-wise, I'm more or less done, bar a couple of outs. There will be a couple of outs just because of the squad registration rules. Paul Fernandez is going to leave us because he won't be registered. But I think we're looking in good shape for this season. I think we've got a better squad all round, although there is a thing with that. There is a thing I should talk through with that, actually. I did briefly touch on it, but we are predicted this season to finish in 7th place. Benny, I do, and he has been banned from this channel, from Stam's channel, from Sai's channel. Yeah, let me guess, he told you I had something to show you. Yep, there we go, yeah, just bin him, mate, bin him, he's a pain in the arse. Looks like he's found a new username because he was JackVeal10. But there we go. Yeah, so we're predicted to finish 7th. But if we look at the preview, there are, 6, 7, 8 teams that were promoted that have come into this league and 2 relegated ones. So basically an entirely new lineup of teams for us to face. So it's like being in a new division, just with slightly different parameters, I guess. But yeah, that's the brief rundown of how things are looking. I'm very curious now to see what's going on over in Bennyland. Okay. But there we go. That's been the comings, goings, ins, outs, ups, downs, left, right. You know how we do. So, new signings are in the boat. I haven't gone in for any loans yet. I will go in for loans on the last day of the window to get whoever I can for free. We are smashing teams in pre-season. So hopefully good form will follow. But we're very much in a... We just need to get everything up, good and going, basically. Basically. I'm curious to see who Jack is bothering because Benny is not currently streaming. I'm curious. Hey Liam, how you doing? Welcome in. My word, it's a quiet night out there. Okay, cool. Fine, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you? Welcome into the fun of season 2 with 2. Yeah, I guess it's technically season 2 with Escobedo. Another 5-0 smashing in a friendly. We are good times rolling. In fact, unless I have to come back for a transfer offer, we can just zoom through to the first game because, like I said, our business is pretty much done. Pretty much done. I think our window closes somewhere around here. So I'm not panicking about loan signings yet. And to be honest, I don't know if we need any. I think we've got a good enough squad to get the job done this year. Not worried about picking our captain. It will make the right choice. So we'll be fine there. I think we've got a player called Williams. We might do. He might be a reserve player. Either way, we're looking good for this season. We're looking really strong for this season. It's kind of the headlines. Barman has been begging me to leave, and I've accepted dozens of offers for him over the summer, and he just will not accept any of them. It's really odd. Like, he desperately wants to leave, but he won't accept any offer for him. All good, Benny, all good. Where was he this time? Because I saw you weren't online. Good, mate, good. How are you? How you doing? Always curious to see who he's been bothering this time. Excited. Ooh. Excited for... Yeah, Jack tried that shit with Zealand, and Chuck shut that shit down almost immediately. What pass around save? Lovely. You've got a gold mine. That's what we love to hear. I'd be very surprised if Jack can watch anyone by the end of the week. The way he's going with this. Oh. Oh. That is dirty. That is a good season. I unfortunately do not have a 12 billion transfer budget, because this league would be easy if I did. But it might still be easy. So we'll see. All of the teams that were dangerous to us last season have gone. It's only really Unionistas who have stayed down, who were a threat to us last year, because everyone else went up. So that's nice. Right, we're ready to go. Let's do a quick pick. Get rid of everyone who we can't use, because that's going to help me figure out our bench. Well, I need a left back. I might actually have to sign another left back. I may have run out of left backs. That's a problem. Presumably I've got one in the under-19s. I do. I've got Para. I know he's 15, but it's worth giving him a run out there. Iker on the wing there. Striker. Too many wingers. That's too many wingers on the bench. We're going to need at least one. I think Ferros needs to go for... Oh, no, I've confused myself by having too many players in the squad here. Now I've confused myself again. Right, Ferros for David. No, let's put Arieta in there. Let's put Arieta in there. In fact, we could put David in for Lopez, and then we'll be good. I think that's a good team to start the season. It's largely the same team that we had last season. Herrero is new. He's come in from Terrassa. So in the same level. He wasn't great for them, but I don't think they've been doing terribly well. He looks like a good player. I'm pretty happy with him. He looks like a decent player. So that should be fine. We've got Blázquez in the team, who is our new signing from Cortez. I think he's pretty good too, so he'll be alright for us for the year. Otherwise, largely the same team we had last year, except Mullera has moved to the left wing and Iker drops to the bench, but cannot complain at all. I'm sure I was looking at some other centre-halves who don't appear to have actually signed. I must have forgotten to get them in. Doesn't matter, we'll be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to smash this. Job done. Everyone happy. Let's get this underway. Brand new season. And our second chance to win ourselves promotion to the third tier. Which I do not feel bad about. Not even slightly. Okay, let's do this. Still haven't figured out how to fix this, by the way. I have no idea how to fix that. Right, let's go. Let's go. Underway, new season, new dream, new team. But what a team it is. Right, Herrero. First chance we get to look at him. Giner. To Blasquez. To Sans. To Giner again. Giner through to Blasquez. Can Blasquez cut it back? He can for Mullarat. Mullarat will turn. No, he won't. He's going to play it back for Montero. Blasquez shoots. Oh, it's close, but it's no cigar. We are a cigar-free environment. Stop eating cookies, it's just the worst for me. Oh, Victor Mullarat. He picks up where he left off. One thing this season is we have sacrificed some of the pace we had in attack last year, but I don't think that's the biggest problem in the world. I think we've got more than enough pace to really make a mess of teams in this league. I think we look really good. We are all over Rathing Ferrol, so that's a good start. No, I don't think it is here. I mean, we had pace here, didn't we? The front three were all really quick last year, but a lot of that has gone. So we're just going to make the best of it. But we've certainly got some quality in midfield now. These feel like more consistent players. And that sounds better to me than just having great players. Oh, it's off the woodwork. I thought we were going to get a second then. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what I've tried to build here. Like, the wings aren't full of the paciest players. Like Mullarat has a 10 for pace. Jimenez is at 14, but we have got Iker. If I need to send in Iker to add more power, more speed down the wing, I can do. He will probably play more than Mullarat will there, unless Mullarat keeps getting in good positions and scoring. But for now, I'm pretty happy with where we're at as a team, to be honest. I think we've got enough about us. I was going to click praise then, but let's see how this shakes out first. Are we getting away with this? We might be. We might be. Let's risk it. Kidnair to Thanth. Good, it went nowhere. It went nowhere. But like, our defence is the same as last year, so that should be reasonably solid. I do want a new DM if I can find one. I just haven't found one that really is better than Montero. Hoping Chope becomes a really good goal scorer for us. Plus, I like the idea of having quicker players on the bench to play against tired legs. I think it really helps. As Mullarat gets a second, he might not be giving up that left wing. He might be staying there for a while. He seems to be very, very happy on that left-hand side. Seems a little bit dangerous from there. Maybe he's not just a set-piece boy after all. Maybe Mullarat has potential to cause havoc. Either way, we're going straight back into a highlight. Surely not. Surely not another actual highlight. It's Raul. He's 90. Don't let Raul score. There we go. That's half time. It's a pretty good way to start the season. I'm not unhappy with that as a start to the season. I reckon we're looking strong. We're looking good. Hopefully we can learn some lessons from last year and, you know, get it done. I am thinking, do we start chasing goal difference? Mullarat's had a hat-trick. Mullarat's had a hat-trick off the left wing. absolute insanity. I think he's probably staying there for a little while. I think that's probably a cheeky little trick we've managed to get. Is he just big? Is Murad just tall? No, he's 5'11". He's not got good jumping reach. He can't head. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He is apparently just a prodigy of some kind. We're still not top. Somehow, I guess Unionistas must have had an absolute smashing of someone. 4-1 against Atletico Astorga, who are a newly promoted side. That's pretty good. Let's look at some subs in a second, shall we? Look at some subs in just a tick, because we've got to be coming to that time. Sabater gets that clear. I'm going to take him off in a second because that booking's making me anxious. We're 3-0 up. We don't need to be risking him getting sent off for doing something silly. So, you know, we'll make that change. Let's do it now. Let's do it now whilst I remember. We'll take Sabater off for, I guess it's going to be Ignacio. In fact, we'll take Montero off for, I don't know who is better at that. Who is a better DM? Looks like it's Arieta, which is fine. It's a lovely swap. That'll do for our first couple of changes of the season. Sanz isn't really covering himself in glory, but, you know, we'll trust him for now. Also, Gomez really wants to leave, and he has somehow become a top quality player over the course of the summer. I don't understand it, but he has developed. Like, he has developed over the course of the summer into arguably a decent player for La Liga 2. So 5'9" Christian Gomez might be about to be a problem for some people. I'm torn between, do I leave Choate on and let him get a goal, or do I take him? I'm going to leave him on for now, because Mullerad's going to do something to get a 10 rating and a Kelvin. That's good. I think it might have just been that one or two episodes. I don't know why it's happening, but I'm glad you pointed it out. I couldn't work out why it was happening. I think it must have been YouTube's end, because there was nothing in the raw files that was out of sync. Yes, Charlie. Yes, I am. And also, I feel like we know where this is going. Ikergil doing it. We'll take Muller off. I was going to let him get a 10, but he's booked. We've got Iker. Right, chat, what do we want to bet that Charlie's B is in fact a Jack Veal burner account? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. The trust round here is limited for new faces. There you go. Simon's happy. We're all happy. We're all happy. Especially because I know that both Simon and Liam have already checked the account age. I know that happened the second that message popped up. So everyone's happy. We're all happy. Good. So confused. My brain, it just went... Anyway, all good. We're fine. We're good. Oh, you click on the account name, Simon, and it shows you. We have to check these things, you know? Gotta get security on lock and that, innit? Welcome in, Charlie, indeed. Welcome in. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to the north of Spain, where miracles are going to occur. In theory, maybe. We've started the season well. We just need to keep the season going well. 22 deals. I think I'm just going to say no comment, Lara. It's lovely that you asked, but I think we're in a no hurry situation. Talking of Charlies, here's a Charlie. Welcome in, Charlie. All right, Charlie. Fair enough. It's all right. Like I said, we've had some problems, so we're a little cautious around here. Don't take it personally. It's not intended to be personal. We've had some dickheads, and we like to keep our eyes open, you know. Right. So is that window closing at midnight, or is that window closing tomorrow? Because those are two entirely different propositions for what I need to do. So midnight tomorrow. Okay. Good. Good. So the secret with this league is, if the player is under 19 and European, you don't have to register them. So I'm going to try and find any under 19s who are European, ideally from a bigger club, and we'll build on that. Yes, that's a great question. Some people, I know a lot of people have, I saw a statistic earlier that since peak numbers, FM26 has lost 50% of its player base at this stage in the cycle. And in the FM24 cycle at the same stage, it was 5%. Which is really interesting. I'd love to see the back end numbers on this. And the reason I say I'd like to see the back end numbers on this is because I do wonder, with the current economic situation, whether that's just users down on Steam and people are playing on Game Pass instead or not. I am curious about that. Yeah, it's all right, Charlie. It's one of those things where it's not you, it's the world. As soon as that question gets phrased that way, my brain goes, "Ooh, shit," because you never quite know what's following. But I bought it. It's fair enough. It could be job stress. It could. I know for a lot of people. I can't read your mind and stuff, but I do know for a lot of people, it's just that the UI is a pain in the arse to navigate. Like, I know Miles made the big noise about, oh, it's just going to take you like 20 hours to figure out where stuff is. But the guys who are here regularly have seen me play, and others play God knows how many hours of FM Live, and we're still unable to find, what, 90% of the stuff, I think, sometimes. He looks really good. We might have to bring him in just to pad the squad out. And I can afford him. And I'm not going to guarantee where I play him. But yeah, there is an issue with just stuff being a nightmare to find. But I will say, the more I play it, the more I'm enjoying 26. I'm not, and when I say I'm enjoying it, yeah, too many clicks but looks much nicer is fair. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to say this is better than FM24. It's not better than FM24, and I think anyone who would try and convince you otherwise is trying a touch too hard. But it's better than it was at launch. It's much better than it was at launch. I will say that for it. Like, it's just shiny and new enough that I've not gone back to 24. Actually, I say I've not gone back to 24. I do have 24 installed on the other PC. Like, I know a few of you have got me on Steam, and you'll have seen me playing 24 over the last month or so, I suspect. But it's largely just because that's on the PC that's at my mum's house. I'm not going to get into an FM26 save there because there's no cloud saving. So I can keep going with 24. I'm not bothered, you know? You agree? New Year's Fest was particularly bad. It did become a bit for that. Does it more into playing EFC recently? It's fair, you know. At the end of the day, whatever you're enjoying, I really want to like the FC games. I really do want to like the FC games, but I find the game is too easy. As in, when you actually play a match, I find it's too easy. It's always been too easy. Even online, I struggle to find someone who's actually competitive enough for me to stay interested. And and the manager mode, I just like it looks great, but I just get so bored of watching the same 3 cutscenes over and over again. It's the cutscenes that do it for me. Like, can we make some of them a little bit different? I don't want to have the same conversation with the same vague generic managers 5 times. I just don't need that. There's so much potential there. It's just not quite there yet. I say this, but also I am aware I do quite literally have the solution to this at my fingertips, and I haven't put any time into it. So, Stam, welcome in, bud. How's it going? Welcome, Raiders. Do settle in. We are with Escobedo in the north of Spain, and we're having a jolly good time trying to get promoted this season. I'm just on a bit of a hunt on deadline day for some free loans to pack out the squad. So we may be doing this for a little while. It's unavoidable, unfortunately. But yeah, settle in, pull up a chair, relax. Hope you're well, Stan. Hope your save's going well. Thing for me, I'm getting to a point where I prefer picking up and playing instead of actually thinking what I'm doing. FIFA's perfect. It's true. It's true. FM does require thought. It's yesterday's playoffs. What a mess. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Played PES 21 with a bunch of 400 gigs of mods. Like, I'd be keen, but that's an entire hard drive of mods. I don't know if I'm up for that. Yeah, if I haven't put this in the Discord yet, but if people want to dive into our Discord, I'm gonna side quest just a touch, and there is a thing I have been working on, beavering away in the background. and Stan might find this interesting. Let me chuck a wee little screenshot into my Discord. I have to open Unity. Have to open Unity, which is gonna take a second because Unity takes forever to open up. But where is El Discordio? Jigs messaging me. Jigs messaged me a week ago. I'll sort that out with him later. Fanurex overhaul. Oof, fair. All right. So in the old gaming channel in the Discord, I'm about to drop a bit of a cheeky low-key exclusive. Let's not get too excited by this, but I am about 40 hours into a wee project. And you all can let me know what you think, but I am 40 hours into a new project whereby I am in the midst of building something that, if I'm good, if I fix this out, if I make this work properly, might be a bit of an FM contender. If it all goes to plan, which hopefully it will. But, you know, have yourself, a lot of you are in the Discord, have yourself a little gander. It's just a cheeky, very, 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 very early screenshot. But there is a thing cooking slowly. Slowly cooking. And like I said, I've been very early days with it, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing that's occurring. I am probably several years from actually releasing it as something playable, but when I do, I imagine the first link will drop inside the Discord, to be honest. So there we go. Once it's playable, I will put a code in the Discord for people to have a little fiddle with it and have a look and give me some feedback and get their hands on something shiny and new. It's not in anything resembling a playable state yet, but you know, we'll get there. Well, I say it's not a playable state. Like, everything functions. It's just not a game yet. It is a glorified PowerPoint at this moment in time. But you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. I say we. It's literally just me. It's a team of one. I am the dev team on this, and I am not necessarily a world-class coder, but I'm learning as I go, trying to make the best thing I can make. And hopefully it becomes a thing people enjoy / might willingly pay money for, you know? But yeah, let's close that Discord window, otherwise I will get distracted far too easily. I didn't want to click continue there. That's not helped me at all. That's not helped me in the slightest. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll have a few hours to see if any of those come in. So nothing about these players. They are very much squad bodies. Was there anyone else in Germany I wanted to look at? Suppose we should bite the bullet and look at RB Leipzig, shouldn't we? Bite the bullet and have a little cheeky look at RB Leipzig. Who have you got hiding? Don't really have a need for a left wing back. Could find a use for a DM if you've got a European second nationality, which of course you don't, because that would be too easy. I don't want... I'd have to register him, and that's a damn shame, because he's wanted by some big clubs. He could be a footballer after all. Where am I doing things? Come on, back to Germany. Back to the Bundesliga. We should at least have a cheeky little look at Bayern. Just in case they're hiding someone of use that we can have for nothing. No, they don't want to let us have him. He might be too old. He's not too old. Will he come? No. No, he won't. But I could just search by age, couldn't I? That would be easier. Sort them by age. Bring in everyone we can bring in. If Bayern... It's just a touch out of our price range. Just a touch. Charlie, yes. ¿Qué pasando? Do you have anyone there? No. One on loan. We'll have a quick look at Dortmund, just in case. I think Germany is probably our best bet for players. Just because of their B team systems, really useful. You can have a little cheeky look in at Serie A, I suppose. See if Juventus have got anything in their next gen. Nothing jumping out. Under 20s maybe. What am I doing? I'm currently looking for young players to help fill out our squad, bud. That's what we're doing. Will he come on loan? No, not that fee. Not for that fee. Not for that fee. It's fine. I actually think we're okay. I think we're okay. I want to get a DM, but otherwise I think we're alright. I think we'll have one through the door reasonably soon. Our next opponents are Marino Luanco, who are one of the newly promoted sides, so hopefully they're not very good. Hopefully they are easy pickings for us. That's another loanee through the door too, which is beautiful. Zulich. See how good he is. Not very. He is not very good. That was probably a mistake. Do you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely okay. He's not costing us the earth. He might come in useful eventually. It is kind of the hit and miss of just doing last minute loans to try and get them for free to fill out spots in our squad. Hopefully one of these guys will be good. Colin Moran would be a great signing, hopefully. He looked like he could be useful. So we'll find out. It does occur to me. So a player called Leo Sawyer. What's your change name and pick to Leo Sayer? I mean, I'm pretty sure we had a Leo Sayer somewhere. Why do you want me to register him? Why do I need to register Scenaris to play him? explain. He's under the age of 18. Oh, Cormoran's actually really good. He might actually have to be registered. Okay, let's drop Lopez. Where's he gone? Moran, let's put him in the squad. I am trying to get Larrañaga off the bench. So Iveas is going to leave us. Sonaris isn't a big loss to not have him registered, but there is an argument. In fact, no, that's fine. We'll go with that. Yeah, but it doesn't say the rule doesn't apply to loans. Like, there's nothing in this ruling here. It just says players registered for reserve teams not be registered to play, need to be registered in order to play in the main team. EU players of the age 18 or younger don't need to be registered. Players registered for the first team are not allowed to play for a lower team. Players signed on free transfers can be registered at any time. There's nothing there about loan players. We have this under 19 here. It says under 19 EU players don't need to be registered. It doesn't specify that it has to be signed players. Unless I'm missing a thing, but let's have a look. So 3 goalkeepers, 20 outfield players, maximum squad size 22, maximum of 16 over 23 players. Players who pick up a long-term injury can be registered, or can be replaced. Players signed on free transfers can be registered at any time. Very straightforward stuff, but there's nothing about players who are on loan having to be registered. I guess we've just learned a thing the hard way. But that's okay. That's fine. We've got Cole Moran registered, and he looks like the best of the loanees so far anyway. So that's okay. And we can have a little look in a second just to see if there's anyone on free that we can sign who is under 19 maybe. But let's change that to unattached, EU national, transfer only, persuadable. But these guys have all been looking at and they're just not going to make it with us, to be honest. They're all kind of sat in our B team mode just waiting for their trials to expire. And none of them have looked the business so far in terms of our recs. I mean, they're all Bs. I guess we could trial those guys just in case one of them looks good. But slim pickings. It's really slim pickings. Get these guys in, trialed, looked at, very quickly looked at. If any of them can help us, we'll sign them, but I am very aware that time is running out. Alright, let's have a look. Tribuliet, nope. Ubiera, not really. Espinosa, no. Peña, nope. Carmona, nope. Roberto, no. Alminiana, nope. Garcia, nope. Tomash, still no. Salavedra, nope. Turay. I mean, probably not. Saints, no. Rostol, no. Slim pickings. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, someone's made a bid for one of our players. Jose Carrera, a 17-year-old fullback. Do I want to keep him? No, I don't. So, hasta luego. Have a great time at Logroñez if you make it there in time, which I assume you will. I assume you'll get the deal done. You've got time to talk about it. Sí, yo soy habla español. ¿Por qué? Yes, I am aware that it is slightly weird that I speak Spanish. It's okay. I don't speak it fluently. I speak it well enough to get by. And I don't really use it as much as I'd like to. So I speak Spanish partially because I spent several years on and off working in Mexico, and partly because I spent several years working in a Spanish restaurant. I speak a little bit of Catalan, but not a lot. Not enough to put together a full sentence. I can read Catalan, but I can't have a conversation in it. Yeah, I just learned through being around a lot of Spanish people for a lot of time. Actually, to be fair, also I do have a minor degree in Spanish, but I got that after I'd already learned the language. So it's like my law degree actually does technically contain a minor in Spanish, but I just took it for easy credit. So I just took it for an easy win. So why is he not showing up there? I've registered him. I definitely registered him. Yeah, that's it. It's a good optional unit. So at Brooks, where I went, they essentially let you take a free minor in a foreign language, and I just took Spanish because it was easier. It was easy extra credit, and also I didn't want to learn Japanese or Chinese at the time, so I probably should have in hindsight. But I registered Col Moran. Why has he not registered? I distinctly took out Lopez and I put in Fernandez. I put in Moran. I distinctly did that. Oh well. Guess that was a huge waste of time then. Right, let's go beat Mariano Luancano because they are a brand new team to this level. A team we've not yet beaten. So that's good. I should have put these biscuits further away from me, but I like biscuits. It's a problem. How was the economics degree? I knew a few economists when I was at uni, and they all seemed to end up working in investment banking. Actually, a lot of the people who did law ended up in investment banking too, for some reason. I always thought it was weird that lawyers end up in investment banking, because you'd think to be a law student you'd have to have some kind of sense of moral right and wrong, and investment banking is never it. Simon did economics, ended up in town planning. Wow. Always wanted to try town planning. But I think that's probably because I grew up in Oxford and it's one of the worst planned cities in the world, so... Not made any easier by the fact their solution to everything in Oxford just seems to be, oh, I'll turn it into an LTM. End up at National Grid Engineering, fair enough. I was looking earlier at maybe starting a teaching degree. I've had this weird idea in my head for a little while that I think I'd quite like to be an English teacher. But I'm going to sleep on it for a couple of weeks and see if it passes or not. I think I'd enjoy being an English teacher, but you know, would I enjoy teaching English to teenagers? I don't know, big questions, big life questions. Gomez, Jimenez, it's alright, the boys are back. Both of our boys are back now. But yeah, the idea of becoming an English teacher is being toyed with. It would mean I'd have to go back to uni for a year, though. Oh, Colin Choate finally scores. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Well, that said, I was also toying with the idea of doing a PhD, and that's like 4 years at uni, so... I don't know, I'll work it out somehow. Come on, Jimenez Sonic. Inside, love it. Shoot. Oh. It was close. Requiner. Oh, headed away. Cho, beautiful. Oh. That's alright. Panic not. Panic not. We will smash it. Goal number 4 is coming. Who wants goal number 4? Saboteur wants goal number 4. We are deliciously all over them. Well, my current job, Charlie, is a lot of varied things. So I do this. I'm a journalist. Only freelance stuff, nothing particularly dramatic. I do the odd bit of like teaching, writing on the side. Little things, really. Nothing dramatic. Quite pleased getting this guy on a free. What are we looking at? Murstead. Oh, yes, please. You know, like it's not. Well, I'm not a billionaire. I'm barely scraping by. I would like to have more regular work, but unfortunately, the economy is fucked. So jobs are a problem, and I happen to live in a town with what's the nice way of putting it? Fuck all ambition. Like there are no jobs being created here. I mean, they say there are jobs being created here, but they're all at like an Amazon warehouse, which, you know, it's not really a career prospect, is it? It's not like you work your way up from Amazon warehouse shop floor to being Jeff Bezos. I reckon this choke fella might be a good pickup. Reckon he might be alright. I reckon we could have a team that is looking like doing something this year. I do think we've got a team that could compete. And we'll have no nasty playoffs this year. No silliness. No nonsense. None of that big time stuff. Just get the job done the only way we know how. Also just realised I forgot to do a Stam shout out, didn't I? Forgot to do a Stam shout out. There's a shout out for Stam. If you're not following Stam, go follow Stam, please. Friend of the channel. Lovely hero to us all. Let's stick Arieta in there. Herrero off for David. We'll take Montero off for Ignacio. Sabater is tiring. Oh, I've made a mistake. That's fine. It's fine. That's fine. He'll survive. He will survive. I think we send in Para. And I think we send in Iker. Also, Latour hasn't had a minute of play yet this season. Which, if only I'd fixed that last season, we could be playing in the third tier right now. But it's fine. It's fine. It's all okay. We've learned. We've got a new striker. We're fine. He's from New Zealand. He's going to be an international. It's alright. They've signed ex-Chelsea player Oscar, apparently. At the age of 93. He's coming to a goal scoring. Jason Mraz has got involved in there too. Daphne Zuniga is in their team. Off of Melrose Place. There's a niche reference for you for the younger ones. It's a name almost nobody remembers. But I think we're going to call this a lovely 4-1 victory for the day. I think we're looking beautiful. I think we're ready to go. Let's get... Anyone from Prisoner Cell Block H? Struggling to think if I remember anyone from Prisoner Cell Block H. I might actually have to Google that. Is there anyone at all I remember from Prisoner Cell Block H? I just picked up the Wikipedia. One of the first, the fifth paragraph of the Prisoner Wikipedia page says, Sammy Davis Jr. was a major fan and visited the set and wanted to appear in a role but had other engagements at the time. I'll be honest, that's probably bollocks, because I feel like if Sammy Davis Jr. had said he wanted to be in Prisoner Cell Block H, they would have shifted shit around to fit his schedule. Let's not pretend they wouldn't. Are there any names? There are names in Cell Block H that I recognise. Ian Smith was in it from Neighbours. He was Harold in Neighbours. There was someone in there I recognise. I have a feeling I know the name Jane Clifton from somewhere too, but I don't know where. Oh, because she was in Neighbours. That'll be where I recognise any of these names from. Were they also in Neighbours? Oh no, I know Fiona Spence because she was Celia in Home and Away. Actually, I do know quite a lot of these people, but only because they were in Neighbours or Home and Away. I can't pretend I know any of these people from Cell Block H, but I know them from stuff they did afterwards. Jackie Woodburn was in it. There you go. She's famous. She's Northern Irish. She was in Neighbours as Susan Kennedy for years. Lots of people who are famous from Neighbours were in Cell Block H. That's what we've learned. Anyway. So, yeah. The answer is yes, I do know some of those people, but not from the time, because I was like 3 when Cell Block H came out. But I did grow up in a house that watched Neighbours, so if they made the logical jump to Neighbours, I know them from there. But to be fair, that's also the reason that I knew who Margot Robbie was before she was cool, so, you know, small wins. Right, how long did we go unbeaten for last season? I have a feeling we went unbeaten for like 13 games last year. It was definitely a long time before we lost a game last year. Before we choked, obviously. Because boy did we choke. Wonder if we can get to the halfway mark unbeaten. Rafa, you asked me to secure a loan move for you. And shut up. You asked me for a loan move because you weren't registered in the squad whilst I was still figuring out who to register. And I put you on the loan list, then I registered you. You'd think you'd be happy now. But no, you're just moaning. You'll stop moaning by the end of the season because, you know, we'll be huge by then. Marcos Olmo is now out of contract and has decided to leave the club. He's actually quite a decent coach. If I'd known he was going to be a decent coach, I probably would have kept him as a coach. But I looked at him as a goalkeeper and went, he's not good enough for my team. So that happened. Right, Betheril. 2 games played, 0 points. That feels like a gimme, doesn't it? Feels like a smashing is about to occur again. RC Colmaran's got injured without even playing. clearly he's injury prone. We figured out yesterday that we're not going to be in the Copa del Rey, didn't we? Because we didn't finish 4th, we finished 5th. And when I say we, I mean Simon. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, that's fair. As soon as I have to worry about the Copa del Rey appearance, I say worry about it, but would it let me play some of these lone players? But yeah, as long as we have a vague idea that we're not worried about the Copa del Rey yet, presumably if we go up, we would be in the Copa del Rey because we'd be in the top 4. So that's fine. See, Blasquez is happy to stay now. He had that big old whinge at me, and now he's happy to be here. Make up your piggin' mind. It doesn't want me to change the team, which is good, because I wasn't planning on it. Let's get win number 3. And then after that, we are playing, I think that's Santander B is the next game after this one. And they're supposed to win the league. So, if we beat Santander, basically the season's over. And we just relax. That's totally how that works. May I ask if you always lived in the UK, or have I lived elsewhere? I've always technically lived in the UK. Which part of Mexico did I live? I didn't live there, but I would spend a lot of time in Tijuana, Juarez. I have spent time in Juarez. That's a terrifying place. Obviously, Mexico City, Guadalajara, depending where I was needed, really. Depends where I was needed for work. The crystal ball? What have I crystal balled? Just because I've predicted that we're going to smash the league. Look, I go into every season confident. So, I go into every season confident. If I didn't go into every season confident, there'd be no point starting the season, would there? You know? I have to believe, or I'd have given up a long time ago. Especially with how this save has been going. You know? Other content creators might have gone, do you know what, we're not really getting anywhere here, let's just do a Liverpool save or something, you know? But we didn't do that. We've stuck by it. We've landed our little village team in northern Spain. We've got here the hardest possible way. It's been circuitous, to say the least, but I feel like we're in a good place now, and I feel like we're going to actually do really well. I feel like this team's really good. I think the results so far have proved this team is pretty strong. So we just keep going until promotion has been secured. Also, I don't know if Liam's still hiding in here somewhere. He'll find this amusing. They're in the Supermarine save. I just got offered a job by Bristol City, and I laughed for about 40 minutes. I was like, absolutely no. Ooh. Reading Spanish is a weakness for me today. You want to live in Spain, but you couldn't find many opportunities to work. Bristol shitty. That's fair. That's fair enough. Not being able to find enough opportunities to work is a good reason not to move anywhere. Of course I did. Of course I did. there is no universe in which I would leave any team for Bristol City. But I did find it really funny they offered me a job. I did find that amusing. Especially because, as well as we've done in that save, they did beat me twice in that season. So, I don't know why I would be on their radar. They're the only team, I think, so far that have beaten me twice. No, I wasn't doing work as a lawyer in Mexico. I used to wrestle for a living, so I was a luchador. I may say a luchador. I was not a luchador. I was not as good as the luchadors, but I was a wrestler, and I did spend a little bit of time every year out in Mexico, either training or just doing the odd spot shows or whatever. I was never like big dealing out there. I was just reliably able to mimic enough people that were around that if someone was injured, I could stick on their mask and fill in at the last minute if I needed to. It does help though that I am, or was at least in my at my peak, of sort of average luchador height and build. Definitely not anymore, but I don't have any old footage. It was kind of pre-YouTube. I know I've got some somewhere in a pile of DVDs in a garage at my grandparents', but yeah, nothing to hand. It's kind of a, I know, a past life at this point, but yeah, um, that was what took me to Mexico, was that I could fill in for almost anybody, so I'd get invited out every so often. There are certain times of the year where you know injuries are going to pile up just because of the schedule, and so it's not unusual to bring in one or two bodies that can fill in, and the fact that I could fill in and put on assume the persona of the person that was injured basically meant that I could make them more money because the fans didn't have to know that the person that was injured wasn't there. But I wasn't good enough at any of it to make a living in my own right. I'll make a living in Mexico in my own right. I was just good enough to fill in and not fuck it up. I don't wrestle anymore. I occasionally get involved in some of the creative side for people. I watch occasionally. I find it quite hard to watch. I did write a book. That's a thing I did. I watch when I can. It's a bit hard for me though to watch because I think I was talking about this the other day. The era of wrestler I was in was the same era as guys like AJ Styles, as the Machine Guns, as Sheamus and Drew McIntyre and these kind of guys. No, Mexico isn't mentioned at all, I don't think. It's been a long time since I wrote the book. I can't remember everything in it. I'm going to have to actually read it just to find out what I put in it. But yeah, so I was sort of the same era as a lot of those guys, and now they're all starting to retire, and it's left me feeling a bit old. I feel a bit like the Pete Best of that group, which I appreciate. You have to be of a certain age to understand that reference too. But Pete Best was the original drummer of the Beatles before Ringo Starr. I mean, he doesn't have great hair anymore. He's got no hair now. But I assume he's still alive. Last time I saw him, he was bald. But he may have had great hair. It was the 60s, so people were doing all sorts of wild stuff in those days. But yeah, I sort of feel a bit like the Pete Best of that era, in that I was definitely around a lot of the people who are big stars now, but I'm definitely not going to get into a Hall of Fame alongside any of them. Maybe I'll have a look in a second. We'll do a Pete Best Google. Why not? Oh yeah, he went full Elvis. My word. My word. But yeah, I'm always good for a random story about random things, I think, which is odd. But such is life. We're 4-2 up. I've not been paying a massive amount of attention to this because we're 4-2 up, and my brain just went, oh well, cool. Why would you? I know Gomez is good, but Gomez frustrates me at times. So Mendes parried that shot, and Gomez decided to just kind of randomly hoof it. I was like, there's no one near you, bud. Just let it bounce and let Mendes gather it. What are you doing? Let it bounce. Mendes will gather it. My inspiration for writing the book was my mum has been nagging me to write an autobiography for about 10, 15 years. But because I've been hitting the head a lot, my memory sucks. So I've taken the bits I can remember and I've kind of wrapped them into an actual fictional novel a little bit. So it's kind of 50-50. Playing better at the front than at the back. Yeah, I'd say so. I would say so. Our Alejandro's going on. We will send in Ignacio there. We'll send in Arieta there. In fact, we're going to have to send in David and move Ignacio to right back because otherwise we're going to be in trouble. I don't know why they're looking complacent. That's unacceptable. Just go out there and sort your lives out. Let's get another goal. Hopefully we'll make something cool happen here. Hopefully. It's 40%. Let's say 40% based on my life. There's enough of my life in there to kind of kickstart the fictional narrative. But there's not everything in there, it's just a lot of the key things that I remember, and I was just kind of like, let's try and make a bit more of a hopeful story than some of the shit I've dealt with. And, build from that. But, yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, 40% I reckon is probably fair. Yeah, it is on the old Unlimited. Victor Murat just keeps scoring 6-3 now. Wild. But yeah, please do. Let me know what you think. It's always good to get people to read the book. I do like the old Unlimited programme. It's like a digital library. Sure, we're going to take Choate off because he's earned a rest. Choate has earned a rest. We'll give Latour his first run out of the season. He's got to be salivating a little bit with this scoreline. How is Mulleran not on a 10 rating? He's had 2 goals and an assist. Surely that's got to be enough to get him a 10. It's going to be 6-4. It might be 6-4. Our defence has not really been here today. It's okay. We've headed that one away. Jesus, off the post. Mendes making like Spider-Man. We're good. Okay, we've cleared it. We're okay. 50 seconds left. And we are free and clear. Into the box. Alejandro heads it away. That's why you put the big boy back there. Jimenez tackles. Ignacio should just get this ball forward. There we go. Lovely. No, they'll give it away, I suppose. I am almost certain, Charlie, there will be some kind of scrambling happening in the very near future. How does that count as an own goal for Jose Cerezo when he also plays for the other team and clearly scored there? Anyone know why that was chalked up as an own goal for anyone? Because I am none the wiser. That's gone down as a Mendes own goal. But he didn't touch it. I am baffled. I am baffled. FM just baffle me sometimes. Do be a baffling one. Do I watch winning games? Do I watch against Rovers? I mean, I try. I did watch most of the Rovers game and then I had to get on a train, so I missed the last 20 minutes. Don't really feel like I missed much. We're in a slump at this point in the season, so it is getting harder to watch, but hoping we'll still see promotion out. I say it felt like the good old days, but I remember the good old days of the 90s that were very different good old days. Arguably neither good nor hopefully old, but they were certainly days. They were certainly days. I have seen my share of I've seen my share of West Country derbies, and I've seen my share of the more dickheady side of football in my time. There was a time when I was a teenager where I thought it was really cool to be a football hooligan. It's not really cool to be a football hooligan. It's not cool at all. It's kind of a dick thing to do. Oh, 13, 15 encoded. Fair enough. Yeah, that's it. Good old days. Because, like, so you have to bear in mind, like, I'm old enough to remember Hoddle and the back end of our D-list. So my good old days are very much the early 90s. Whereas, yeah, younger Swindon fans, good old days would be like Decanio, you know? Very different vibes. Very, very different vibes. Let's just go to the next game. I've got no business to do. Let's just go to the next game and carry on with our mission. Born in 2001, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Decanio played some lovely football and almost bankrupted the club. I mean, ironically, if we'd had wealthier owners, he probably would have got us to the Premier League by now, but he's also a Nazi, so you know, you take you take the wins as you find them, and you maybe get the odd bonus win when they go. Di Canio is a troubling figure. And also, and this is the bit that I think goes conveniently unreported from the Di Canio era. But for those who remember, we had 3 Italians in our squad at the time, who, after they left us, we should say after they left us because they were caught up in the Calciopoli scandal as part of as being on the list of players who had either accepted or offered bribes, and they got suspended for several years. So when we were all like, oh, we've got all these really good Italian players, what are they doing here? Well, it turns out they were running from the Italian police. So, yeah, that's the thing. As a kid, you don't know any better, but yeah, it was just like... But I do find it funny that like 3 of those players got banned for being involved in match fixing in Italy. They were only with us literally, like as I said, because they were on the run from the Italian police. So they came to play for Swindon, as one does. I think he's done a really good job, but I am less than impressed with some of his recent behaviour, is the legally safe way of phrasing it. Well, to be fair, I have been less legally safe on streams with my discussions of Holloway's recent behaviour. So, yeah, not a fan of him as a person, but he's doing a decent job, so I guess we leave him to it. He'll get bored eventually and go somewhere else. I wouldn't be at all shocked if he left in the summer, to be completely honest. I don't necessarily have anywhere in my head that where I think he'd go, but I do have it in my head that he's probably leaving in the summer. Yeah, he's definitely is unwell there. He's definitely not all the ticket. Several marbles are loose in his head. Like there are times where I hear him give interviews, and I do just think, like, you were dropped on your head as a child, weren't you? Hey, Chrissy, welcome in. How are you? Like there is a bit of a running game with an Ian Holloway interview where you do have to sit there and try to figure out if he is A, really thick, B, really smart, C, autistic/ADHD, or D, just got bounced on his head like a basketball as a baby. I'm good, Chrissy. How are you? Right, cool, let's do this. Let's get another win on the board. We're on course to achieve the dream. Torre Vega are a team we played last season, and we had quite a bit of success against them. Santander Bay, Unionistas and Valladolid Promesas are above us, but it looks like we're going to be okay against them. I think we're fine. I was talking about Ian Holloway, but no shame in having ADHD. Don't take it as a shame thing. It's a. It was just me sort of trying to explain how I feel about the Ian Holloway interviews. I'm trying to work out. I was trying to work out if he's got some kind of He's on either on some kind of spectrum, or he's thick, or he's really smart, or he's very mentally unwell, and I can never work out which it is, and it could be a bit from each column, but I do find him interesting and troubling. No, it's not on about you. Yeah, he could just be a lunatic, but was not about you, Chrissy. Don't you panic. I would not talk shit about you when you weren't here, or when you were, unless, of course, in a humorous, bantery old way. Oof. 15 games, 30 points with the Sweden team. That's all right. That's tasty. You're above the old Kev ratio, which, as we know, is the universal metric for success in football. Well, we've got a penalty, and I've not done this in a while, and I think it's time. I think it's time. Victor, I fully rate your penalty taking abilities, I do, and I'm a fan of yours, but from time to time we like to let the goalkeeper have a go, because it's good for his morale, and he scores, and we can all be happy. We've seen it happen. I wish we'd be more positive about the fans, what gets me the most. Also, when rival colours on match days never sat right with me. The lax amount of Southwest just actively dislike Swindon. Yeah, don't get me started on the blue and white thing. There's part of me that wants to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was trying to wind up Rovers fans. There's also part of me that knows he is a Rovers fan. So, I don't know what to make of it. It is just a stupid thing to do, but then again, I have to risk sounding like back in my day, gaffers wore a club blazer, a club tie, a club issued shirt. They dressed like they were an employee of the football club. And it looked proper. And they don't do it anymore. It makes me sad. Does make me sad. But don't get me wrong, you'd always get the odd gaffer back in the day who had their like weird quirky thing. Like Brian Clough and that bloody green jumper. Never figured out what that was about. But like, you know, you're the gaffer, wear a suit. Pretend you're in charge. Maybe if you pretend you're in charge, your players will respect you more and stop acting like dickheads. It's just a thought. Right, send Alejandro, let's send on Montero, let's send in Latour, Sabatero for Ignacio. And we'll save that last. In fact, no, John, we'll send in Iker for Jimenez. Why not? Why not? Why the devil not? Torreira Vega are actually making us work for this one, which is nice. It's nice to be challenged a little bit. Very nice to finally get a bit of a challenge. It's difficult to be honest. I'm not even set on him. In regards to management coach, I always makes what I think is fair to say a questionable decision, particularly in regards to lineups and subs. Yeah, I've had that feeling. If God had meant me to wear a suit, he would have turned my hands into irons or something. Yeah, probably. See, I resisted the urge to do the Brian Clough impression then. So I thought you finished the first season yesterday, Chrissy. If God had meant me to wear a suit, he would have turned my hands into irons. My Brian Clough impression still isn't good. still not. It will never be a good Brian Clough impression. Which is a shame because he is the greatest of all time. It's just how that goes. And people go, oh, he didn't win as much as Fergie, or he didn't win as much as whoever else, Jock Stein or Shankly or whoever. But, and I feel like this is important to realise, not only did he win the European Cup twice, and the league twice, he did it all while completely shit-faced. Just saying, if you've ever tried playing a video game while shit-faced, you know, or hopefully not driving, but you know, anything that requires any kind of stuff, like hand-eye coordination, or any kind of thought process whilst drinking, what Cloughie did was pretty impressive in the grand scheme of things. He must have the longest road named after him. I mean, I don't know if Brian Clough Way is the longest road, but it's a pretty long road. I've driven down that. I know it's like, oh, named after a person. Yeah, almost certainly. Almost certainly. I do have a weird thing. I don't know why this will surprise nobody, but I do have a thing where I deliberately made a point of getting a picture taken in front of every Brian Clough statue. And I do have a picture taken in front of every Brian Clough statue now. Because he is a legend. Disappointed there's not one in Leeds for him, but you know, small clubs and all that. It happens. Well, I know it was only 44 days, but arguably the most interesting 44 days in the history of Leeds United. Right, let's do it. Let's get another win on the board. We are slowly establishing the order. Slowly establishing the pecking order. Siete Villas are doing very well to be in 5th, having been newly promoted. I know it's only 4 games. They could have just played the bottom 3 teams, but they're flying quite high for a team that's just come up. I mean, the top 4 are what I would expect to have been the top 4. But 5th, I expected to be Ferrol, Salamanca and Compostela. Probably Torrevega in there as well. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Right, we're all fully fit. We're all feeling good. We're all happy. I don't know if Arietta was the guy to be in that holding mid-roll or not, but we'll try him again just to see if that works out. Jimenez is not scoring as many as he did last season, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. I am just thinking, though. No, not against Salamanca. We'll try next time we play one of the lower ranked teams. I'm just thinking we might try one of the young lads in there. We might try Myers out there. Because he apparently has La Liga potential. So we should probably try and squeeze him into a lineup. But as always, we'll blood him in slowly. Work him up through the ranks. And then hopefully he'll be good to go when we get to the promised land. We'll be on a good run. Go and impress me. That's what we're saying. Make a difference. Make us proud. Make us proud, lads. Do it. go. Let's do it again. More results, please. More results, please. I looked at signing Chiktiam in the summer, and he did not want to come to us. It was quite a sad moment, because he looks like a decent player. But we'll make do with what we've got, because we are succeeding slowly, quickly. Gabriel Herrero does what Gabriel Herrero does, and we are flying. We are flying today. We are good. We are golden. We are magic. We are life. We are happy. You know how it goes. You know how it be. Oh, Jack went up late today. Very confused. Don't know why Jack is streaming this late. He's usually up hours before now. Or were Liverpool playing tonight? Did Liverpool play tonight? Because that would explain it. Can't remember. But it would explain it. Oh my word, Javier Mendes showing good hands. Good, that's what we need. Throw it out. Good. Good. Let's get goal number 2. Get goal number 2. Unionistas are drawing with Torre Vega. That's beautiful. Valladolid winning Polvorin. Oh, Unionistas are winning now. Excellent. We're going to have to beat Unionistas at some point to really show them who is the boss is. ¿Qué es el jefe? ¿Los jefes? Los jefes. Los jefes. Doesn't matter. We're in charge. Top of the league. We're staying top of the league. That's the plan. We will stay top of the league. Praise the boys again, and hopefully they'll keep doing praiseworthy things. That's all you can really hope for. That's all you can ask. It's going to be half time in a second. We're not exactly having the most exciting game of football happen in front of us, but you know, it do be happening on FM from time to time that we have a bit of a stinker. Sabater's picked up his weekly booking. Be nice if he could get that out of his system. Stop getting booked constantly, because it does make me worry all the time he's on the pitch. Be nice if you just finish a first half without being booked, to be honest. We've had lots of shots so far, so I'm happy. But we'll grab these two boys, and you need to not get any more yellow cards, please, because it worries me. It troubles me that you keep getting booked. It means you're going to be suspended at a time when I need you, and if Canera gets suspended, I've got to play a 15-year-old at left back. And I don't necessarily want to be playing a 15-year-old at left back, so it's alright bringing you off the bench every now and again to get a bit of a run out for experience, but I don't want him to be starting. That feels like it would be a serious problem for us. Does feel like that would hurt our chances. Right, ball forward now. Come on, let's get this back. Let's get it back. Don't let Chitiam score against us after he snubbed me in the summer. Or Iñaki Nunez, ideally, but I guess they have to score occasionally. It's okay. We're okay. We'll be fine. We're just going to get our heads down, focus, get the job done, get a second goal, and all will be fine. Mura's having a stinky game today. Right. Sabater off for Ignacio. Para on at left back is beautiful too. We'll take Muller off for Care. Blázquez off for David. And Arieta off for Montero. Perfect. Perfect. It's lovely. Smash it. Let's get it done. Crazy boys. Let's go. I'm going to turn up the attacking. I'm going to go crazy and turn up the attacking. That's the plan. Steve Gerrard, he makes me arty-dard. How are we doing, Doom? You alright? How's life? Are you streaming tonight? Are you Newcastling? Are you noodling on the old axe? Oof, fair. Well, you know, don't push yourself too hard. Relax. Have a brew. Music tonight, beautiful. That's what we like to hear. If you like some lovely guitar-y sounds, do go check out our lovely friend Doom. 91 point finish, won the league, lovely stuff. Doom is quite the guitarist. Some would say the finest Scottish guitarist since that bloke off the Proclaimers. I'll be honest, I ran out of ideas of Scottish guitarists. Past 3 years we had 83, 85 and now 91. One past 2 years now, beautiful. Happy with that one. European great, absolutely understandable. Angus Young. Why did Angus Young not pop into my head? I think it's because in my head AC/DC are American, but they're not. My frames of reference were like the bloke from the Proclaimers and the bloke from the Bay City Rollers. And then it's like Amy McDonald. It's a real steep slope from there. The singer is now a Geordie. There we go. Well, we've dropped points for the first time this season, so that's good. Texas. Oh my word. I have a story about Texas. Biffy Clara I'll give you. I do have a story about... So my old boss, and I love her dearly, but she's a bit mental. She's now banned from going to Texas gigs because she got a little bit tipsy and decided to, in the middle of a Texas gig, go, "Charlene, you've got cracking tits, love." Yeah, banned from watching Texas now. Disrupted the entire show. Funny, but banned. It was quite funny. It was on that day I decided I was never taking her to another gig again. I wasn't at that one with her, but I was like, "Do you know what? Maybe I don't go see shows with you anymore." Maybe you're a liability. Halfway through S Club 7. Yeah. To be fair, that is fair comment. I do have an S Club story, funnily enough, but I don't think this is the stream to drop an S Club story. I don't think this is a stream to drop an S Club story in. Potentially. Anyway, yes, I was also a fan of Rachel. Funnily enough, funnily enough, I do have a Rachel Stevens story. We share the same birthday. She's a little bit older than me, but Rachel Stevens and I share the same birthday. There's a fun fact. Also share a birthday with Leighton Meester, Hugh Hefner and Hugh Hefner Jr., Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler is a good lad. He might be crossing. To be fair, when I was a kid, you know how when you're a kid you do weird shit. When I was a kid, I found out that Robbie Fowler and I had the same birthday, and I was, I don't know, 10 or 11 or whatever at the time. So I thought it'd be cool to send Robbie Fowler a birthday card, being like, "Hey, we have the same birthday, and I'm a big fan of you as a footballer. A happy birthday, Robbie Fowler." Anyway, the next year he sent me one back, and like that was quite cool. So for like my 12th birthday, I got a birthday card from Robbie Fowler. Yeah, it's a lovely thing to do. Yeah, I have a lot of weird 90s football stories though. So that's it. Cost him nothing and made me quite cheerful for the old birthdays. Um, the other cool 90s football story I have. It's less of a cool 90s football story and more like this is an example of how big a fucking nerd I was as a kid. Um, when Blackburn were looking for a new manager in '97, I, being an excellent Championship manager player, decided I was going to stick in an application, like you do, because you're a child and you don't understand how the world works, right? So I sent in this lovely application to try and become the Blackburn manager as a child, and I got a letter back from Sir Jack Walker, the owner of Blackburn at the time, who essentially said, "Thank you for applying. We appreciate your enthusiasm, but you're too young to do the job. I recommend you focus on school and studying." But he also finished it by saying that if you still want to become a coach when you turn 16, feel free to write to me again, and I will pay for you to go through your coaching badges, which was cool. Unfortunately, he died just before I turned 16. But lovely bloke. Didn't have to take the time to do it. Could have just laughed and chucked it in the bin. I know, what a selfish prick. No, but it was a class act. It was a class act. I will give him credit. It was a classy move. Also, to be fair, I wouldn't have lasted long in Blackburn. It's not a city I enjoy being in. But yeah, I didn't get. I got the impression like it was a genuine offer as well. Like, fair play, fair fucks to the guy. I mean, he was made of money, but like, he wouldn't have noticed it. But yeah, fair play to the guy. The man who invented the super rich football club owner. He did invent that way of being. So that's nice. Right, we need to get a win because I'm concerned now that we've drawn a game. We might not be as good as I thought we were. Yeah, I don't think he quite pulled it off, but you know, fair. Like, yeah, I can't knock the guy. It was a lovely gesture. Fair play to him. But it was weird. I was so much more optimistic as a teenager. Like as a teenager, a lot of like well-known people would be super nice, and not that I knew them. So like another weird billionaire story I have is that when I was about 16, I read Richard Branson's autobiography. So I wrote him a letter just being like, hey, found your book really inspiring because like I was also like an ADD dyslexic kid who was shite at school. I just found this book really inspiring. And I literally just wrote to him, like, thanks for writing this book. Like, it's really helped me to deal with some shit that I've been dealing with because I've always felt a bit weird because my brain doesn't work properly. And he wrote back and just said, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for the kind words. And it was handwritten. It was really nice. We've lost the art of letters, is what I'm saying. I think my mum still has that letter somewhere. Pretty sure my mum still has that letter lying around somewhere in her house. I'll have a hunt through her files when I'm over there next. That's it. I've never understood Christmas. I don't really understand Christmas cards, birthday cards, Mother's, Father's Day cards, Valentine's Day. Yeah, it is. It's marketing, but it's also like can you imagine being the person that had the balls to go, hey, you know this thing that comes up every year, Christmas? Everyone knows what Christmas is. What if we invent a thing to send to your friends and family to remind them of the thing that happens every single year on exactly the same day? And then they got people to go mad doing that thing. What if we replaced the idea of a letter with a card? With a picture of a village that's never existed on it. Evening, Mad. Welcome in. Oh, Colin Choate scores right on cue. Right on cue. My lucky charm. How are you, bud? Welcome in. If you're not already following Mad, please do go and follow Mad. Legend of the game. And a jolly lovely man too. I said, bring your tree and bit pagan, mate. Welcome, hope you're well. You join us in our second crack at trying to get promoted down to the 4th tier of Spain. It's going well so far, but let's not count our chickens too much because it went... What on earth did I just witness? It went well last time. Drink the wine, for it is his blood, bit pagan, yeah? Exactly. All this fucking woke Christmas bollocks. How was that? Chat. What the fuck was that? I'm not complaining. We'll take it. I just don't understand how that happened. How has it just got caught up on Stan's shout-out? My word. We did that like an hour ago. Which I think means Dooms is coming in about 20 minutes. And then Mads should arrive eventually. I don't understand. Twitch is clearly having a day today. 101 goals with 32 conceded. That's not bad. That's a good return. Let's chuck out a little change for some fitness. Right. Para's getting a lot of football, and I don't hate that. It's probably, again, more football than I want to give a teenager. But, on the other hand, if it's not costing us results, is it costing us anything to give him some time? They don't go through when I do them. My word. Alright, fair enough. I don't know why, because it brings up the stream elements text, but not anything else. He's got top scorer both times outstanding. Maybe the next Lamine Yamal. It could be. It could be. It's mostly just a case of I never know on FM if playing a player at 15 harms their development or not. And I've seen arguments both ways. And Ike has done a wonderful thing. Yeah, I'm never certain. I'm never certain if it harms or helps. Yeah, that's my thinking, is it should push his current ability on. And especially because pretty much every time I've brought him on so far this season, we've been well in the lead, so he should be getting a good average rating out of it. So I'm hoping, because I'll show you after the game and I can show you his full profile. He looks like he could be the business. He does look like he could be the business. I've had offers from almost every La Liga club for him in the summer, but they weren't offering me any money and they wouldn't let me put a sell-on fee, or he would have gone already. So I know there's something ticking under the hood. Yeah, that's it. That's a good sign. But that said, there is a guy that I've got in my squad, a Scottish fella, who was wanted by a bunch of championship clubs, and I somehow managed to sign him, and he turned out to be arse. So, oh, there we go. Doom's gone through. Beautiful. We're getting there. Let's praise the boys. Give them the old praises. 6.7, not too shabberino. Not too shabberino for the boy. Well, I say almost every Liga club. Madrid, the two Madrid clubs and Barca didn't, but pretty much everyone else did. Haaland on 30 goals, and Voltemada on 25, Satpev on 22. Lovely. Lovely. That'll do. Can we... There we go. We're not going to attend a press... But stop trying to make me attend press conferences. I don't make you do things you don't want to do. Took second and third. Nice. Right. This is Jose Miguel Parra. Satpev's the biggest surprise fair. I think this is actually a cheeky 4.5 star, based on the fact that people have been trying to take a look at it. I think it's a cheeky actual 4.5 star. And if it is, if you run the old FM mental math of +3ing everything, that's a 10 for crossing, an 11 for dribbling, 13 for tackling, 13 for technique, 11 for heading, 10 for marking. You're already looking at a decent second tier left back. Mentals will all go up by 3, and his determination isn't bad. And then, pace of 11, acceleration of 9. He's not going to be spectacular, but he's also 6'4". He's probably a centre-half. That's probably a lad who's going to be playing centre-half in a few years. In fact, that's probably a lad I should be teaching to play centre-half now, because he is going to be a centre-half in a few years. but he looks tasty. The other big potential signing I've got, which I was going to play in that last game and I forgot, is this guy. I've signed this guy from Liverpool, potentially La Liga standard, on a free transfer. His physicals are already the business for a winger. And then dribbling and crossing, technique's good, already looking decent. If those mentals progress, I reckon he'll be alright too. I reckon he's going to be a big player for us. So there's a bit of potential sort of knocking around in the squad at the moment, which I'm quite happy with. It's everything about this squad is sort of working, which we love to see. Apparently goalkeeper scored in the last match and I missed it. That's impressive. Presumably from a set piece. Right, this next match coming up against Unionistas is going to be enormous. Could be an early title decider. I need to go find some water. I should be back in just a moment. Okay, return. Own goal. Went down as your goalkeeper. Fair enough. I've just had that. That was odd. Yeah. So we're doing alright so far. Where are we at? 11:30. Let's do one game and then we'll do, I'll get it set up now, we'll do a scramble after the match. Everyone loves a bit of scramble. So I'll get that all set. It's asking me to install a thing. Apparently there's a Scrandle app. Weird. We don't need an app, it's got a website. It has a website. Actually, while I'm here, I could answer the question, did Liverpool play today? They did. That was the question. Oh, they lost to Wolves. That's gotta hurt. Wolves might actually be able to survive. That's wild. Lol, indeed. You may no. It was because I had it in my head. Like, why was Jack on? Like, why did Jack start streaming so late? Because he's usually Liverpool must have played tonight. Talking of players, by the way, who have random things going on with them. Have you ever seen a combination of minorish nation and player attributes like this, leading to 0 caps. How is this guy not in New Zealand's team? How is this guy not a New Zealand international? Surely this guy is good enough to be playing for New Zealand right now. Okay, fair fucks. He looks pretty good. Yeah, they do have Wood as a striker in real life, but we're a long way past real life now. It's 2037. Chris Wood is 70 in this universe. He's a real footballer. My word. He looks really good as well. Okay, I understand why he's not starting. He must be better than this guy. Let's give him a cheeky scout. We'll have a look, see what he looks like when we get a scout report back. Because I'm curious. I don't understand why he wouldn't be in this squad. It looks like his brother's in the squad. That's nice. That's cute. Yeovil 1-2. We like it. We love to see it. We do love to see it. Oh, of course Sawater's banned for this match because he keeps getting bloody booked. I guess that's a good time to look at Kubasi then. Not Pau Kubasi, obviously. Be weird if we'd sign Pau Kubasi. But this one is Aureli Kubasi. But he looks alright. He looks like he could have something to offer. I guess we're going to find out because we've got to play Unionistas. Unionistas will be with us until the end of the season, I'd imagine, based on their form thus far in the season. I think they're probably a top 4 club. I think that's reasonably safe to say. So that's good. That's what we love to see. Teams are warming up. They're warming up very slowly, but they're warming up. They will get there. This save file is getting far too big to function. Right, let's address the team. Carry your last ones into this match. We'll do well. Good. Cool. Looks like we're playing our lovely light blue kit today too, which is nice. That's nice. Let's go. Go, giddy, go, go, go. Let's get this one done. Get this one done. I do like a good, like, diagonal half and half kit. I never know why I enjoy them so much. I think it's just because it's something slightly different. Don't know. Either way, Jose's running at Hiner and having a shot at goal, which we don't want to see too many more. If we could see less of those, that would be great. I would like a good performance out of Kubarsi today, just because it would be nice to have a reliable backup at right back. So a little off the shoulder number, we love it. Not a lot of chance of me wearing a little off the shoulder number at this time of year, it's got to be said. It's too fucking cold for that. Too cold for that nonsense. I'm not a Geordie. Ah, of course, Kubasi's booked already. Good. Jimenez. Cut it back. Cut it back. He's had a go. He's had a cheeky go. Kubasi, you need to get back in position, mate. You can't just hang around midfield all day. There we go. There we go. Colin Cho, our cheeky little Kiwi. If they keep giving him the ball, he'll keep scoring, apparently. And he's just beat the offside trap. Just beat the offside trap. He's put it past the back of the keeper's stupid haircut. We're all looking good. Let's praise the boys again. as we start to establish exactly where the line is between the great teams, the good teams, and us. Choke's gone to the corner flag. He's time wasting already. He's given up. He just can't be bothered. Herrero, Blázquez, Jimenez. Oh my days. He's not had many this season so far. But he's traded quantity for quality. That's pretty special. That's a pretty special goal from our right winger. I am not unhappy with that. He can do that all day if he wants. All day long. How are Valladolid doing? Why are they above us? Oh, goal difference. So we haven't played them yet, so that's okay. Half time, 2-0. Happy with the number of shots. Jolly good show, boys and girls. Jolly good show. Right, Herrero. It's going nowhere. Come on, let's just get another goal. One more goal. One more goal. Oh, it's close. He hit the bar. He hit the bar. Stephen Reeder, can't get a particular save at the moment. Always do a low English save. No team has hit me yet. Tried a few. Season is looking good for us. Stephen. Have you got Dan FM's level, whichever he's down to, 12, 14 database yet? Because if you do, I have a challenge for you. One that I think you'll relish. So, in the deeper, darker, lower reaches of English football, you will find a team called FC United of Newcastle. They are the fan-owned alternative, as you might imagine, to Newcastle United. Now, I challenge you, dear Stephen, to take charge of them and win the Premier League before Newcastle United do. And I think it's achievable because they never seem to win a title on any save I play. So I think that should be your challenge. Build a team with FC United of Newcastle and try and get them all the way to the promised land. And better yet, if you can pull it off with a team full of Geordies, a legend is you. You have completed Football Manager. That's the challenge I am setting for you. If you enjoy the lower leagues of England, it's a very achievable one. Is that the Ferrios that used to play for us? It's not. Well, this has been a season already. Can we get another goal? Well, I'm glad you like the idea. Let me know how it goes. I reckon you'll have a whale of a time with that one. It's nice because it's a team you'd never normally play as, and it has a bit of like a time challenge on it. Charlie says, did I see KSI bought Dagenham and Redbridge? I might be a bit old to know who KSI is. Well, first of all, I know who KSI is. Thank you very much. He was, I believe, one of the sidemen. And also a boxer. Using the term boxer loosely. I think he raps occasionally. Glad he's bought a football club. Best of luck to him. Hope he has been appraised of the fine wisdom of Sir Alan Sugar, in that the fastest way to become a millionaire is to start off as a billionaire and buy a football club. fair play to him. Like, you know, we've all thought about it. He's got the money to do it, so crack on, mate. You know, you crack on, son. You have a good time. Don't come crying to me when you end up with no money left. But I warned you. Anyway, between games, let's do Test Scrandal. For those who are, of course, new around here, it's very simple. We're going to see 2 pictures of food. You're going to write left or right in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch. And we'll click that one and see if we win Scrandal. It's very simple. Whichever food you would most like to put in your face hole, bearing in mind quality and price. So our bonus round today is a beef roll at Ashgabat Stadium in Turkmenistan for £1.95. It's not bad. Or a cheeseburger meal with an easy IPA, £13.90 at Wembley. Those are our options for Scrandal number 1 bonus round today. Doom is saying right. Liam says right. Simon says left. Any more for any more? Charlie says left. Alright, we are split. See, I think the beef roll for £1.95, as long as that is beef and not cat food like it looks like, you probably can't go wrong at that price. Anyone else want to put in a vote before I make a deciding one? It does look dry, I will give you that, but I don't think you can beat it on price. I'm going to take the split decision, go left, just because I'm cheap. Okay, sour herring in a roll, £3.40. Fried herring also available from HSV Hamburg. Or the Coventry Blaze, which is in fact an ice hockey team, not a football team. Salt peppered crispy chicken loaded fries, American style, £6.50. It looks like we are unanimously saying right. Ice hockey for the win. Ice hockey for the win. Okay, next up, an Old English sausage, £10.50 Women's FA Cup final. We love an Old English sausage. Or chips, curry chips and cheesy dog, no price, at Eamon DC Park in Ireland, which I believe is the home of... I want to say a football team. Right, left, left, right, left. We're going left, left wins it. Is Eamon DC Park home of Drogheda? Maybe. Right, a chicken and mushroom pie covered in far too many beans and allegedly gravy. No price there, I'd be ashamed of that. Louth Town or Austin FC in America are offering a sausage wrap, which is in fact a wrap around a burnt sausage. We do occasionally get a nice, it comes with a condom, yeah. We do occasionally get some shit choices. You just have to choose the least shit one. Right, Doom is saying left. Simon is saying left. Liam is apparently hard for the sausage in a condom. So there we go. Left or right, it's a tough choice, I know, but we've got Charlie. Oh, it looks like we're going left. It looks like we're going to the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left, and it wins. Sausage was burnt. It's not okay. Right. Carne asada loaded nachos in a football bowl from LAFC. £16.50 for some fucking nachos. I'm just saying. Or Tiab Junior Football Netball Club, which is confusing, in Australia. Egg, bacon, cheese and onion burger with a can of VB, which I think is a beer, £5.80. Simon says left. Liam says right. Charlie says left. Doom says right. Okay, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Because in my brain, the beer's worth £4, right? in my head, a beer's worth £4. So it's an egg, bacon, cheese and onion burger for £1.80. Or this, which doesn't have eggs on it. So we're going to go with this one. And we win. Beautiful. It does come in a football bowl, that's true. Alright, we've got a Greek salad from the Qatar World Cup. £9 for a handful of fucking rabbit food. Or pulled pork nachos. We'll call those nachos. They look burnt to me. £8.30 from FC Cincinnati. Who came in the pulled pork? That wasn't my biggest question, Doom. Leo's going right. Charlie's going right. Doom is going left. I sense Simon might go left. Ooh. I don't know why the nachos are black. I can't work out why the nachos are black, or why they've been spooged on, or why they've got sweet corn on them. Realistically, you could have just gone with regular nachos, some cheese and some pulled pork, and we'd be quite happy. Oh, we're going right. We voted right. 6.9% of people went for the salad. Right. We've got a Cardiff City cheeseburger, £7 for whatever the fuck that is. That's disgraceful. Or salmon and noodles with a pint at Tottenham. And this is the best bit. Included in the hospitality ticket for free. For free. I don't think we need any further persuading to go right, do we? Not only does it look better, it's free. Alright, Olympic Lyonnais are offering an out-of-focus cheeseburger and fries for £15. Or Arka Gdynia in Poland are offering a hot dog with coleslaw, crispy onions, ketchup and mustard for a £5. It's got to be right, because £15 for that is disgraceful. Alright, we've got a meat skewer from Recife, Pernambuco in Brazil. £2.10 with farofa and molo verde. I don't know what either of those things are. It looks like sawdust and jizz. Or we've got a baked potato with cheese, cream and ham for £8.70 at a Christmas market in Vienna. I believe we're going left, right. Left, right, BA start. Because just because we use cheats doesn't mean we aren't smart. How? Que pasando? Alright, Arsenal are offering a steak sandwich with chips, onion rings and a drink for £27. Keep that in your head, £27 for this. Or Melbourne Victory are offering chicken tendies and waffle chips for £7.80. Now, I like a steak sandwich. That's a good looking steak sandwich. I think we can all agree this is a good looking steak sandwich. But it's £27. So naturally, Melbourne get the victory. 90.9% we're on board with that logic. Alright, we've got chicken tendies and fries from Southampton for £12.50. And to be fair, the sesame seeds are a nice touch. Or a cheese pizza for £4.20 from West Bromwich Albion. Being eaten by someone who needs to show off their shit Leeds tattoo. It's a very tiny pizza. It's a very tiny pizza for £4.20. If I paid £4.20 and they give me like a quarter of a kid-sized pizza, I think someone would end up wearing it. It's a quarter of a pizza, but the pizza was a 4-inch pizza. It's not impressive. I think we go left. Left wins. We've got 9 out of 10 on today's Scrandle. We are above average. We are above the community average. That's how goddamn good we are at Scrandle. It's amazing that there are people in this world that doubt our scrandling abilities. We have mastered it. We have mastered Scrandle. Get wrecked, community. Right, I could have been jumping between games while we did that, and I didn't. But that's fine. We're going to play another match, and then I reckon we'll probably call it a night and go raid someone after this, because 8 games into a 34-game season is more or less a quarter of the way through. So that's nice. We are playing L'Entraigu, who are Voltamado's Player of the Year, who are bottom of the league, the team we're playing. So we can try out some of our other players. Whilst we are jumping through, does anyone want to recommend a raid for us? Just so I've got ideas in my head, unless of course Senor Doom is currently up. Because the only person up I would normally raid is Jigs, and we raided Jigs yesterday. Doom is about to start doing some music. Coolio Benios. Shall store that in the back of my bonds. We have picked L'Entraigu for a fan day. Excellent. That means we've got to absolutely smash these people. We've got to beat them. Got to beat them hard. And then we'll suddenly be filling out our stadium that's bigger than the village we represent. That's going to work. Potential issue with Piera. Hang on a second, Mr. Piera. Senor Piera, ¿qué pasando? You think you should be starting more games? Which silly twat agreed to make you a regular starter? That was a silly bugger, wasn't it? Alright, that's fine. We'll ignore him. To be fair, he might actually start this game. So, hopefully he'll stop crying. Because I don't think L'Entraigu are particularly good. They've had 1 point from 7 games. I can't imagine we're at risk of losing to them. So that's nice. That's a solid place for us to be in. James El Belushi. Sultan James El Belushi has moved to Al Ain. Lovely. Love to see it. What a signing for him. No idea. No idea who he is. But I'm sure it was a big deal for all of the people involved, and that's what matters. We support their happiness. We support their joy. I'm sure it will be absolument le magique. Sure, it'll be okay. Right, let's... Traore, now a Spanish citizen. Lovely. Nice, good for him. Good lad. Wow, Fernandez Avias is giving his opinion on our approach to a thing. That is très magique. We're excited to welcome more fans. More fans. Accrington Stanley have loaned some tassels. They're going to go on the old showgirl. Valladolid Promethas unbeaten run reaches 10 games. But did they do it with a win, or did they do it with a draw? It's the important question. Did they do it with a win or with a draw? Because if they did it with a draw, we can be top of the league. They did it with a win. Okay. Was it a big win? We don't know. They've got a +5 goal difference on us though, so basically we need to do some big numbers today. which is why it's a perfect time for me to drop Larieta to the bench for David. David is going to take this one off, and we'll stick Pierre in just to cheer up old Grumpy Draws. Old misery business. And then I think we are going to give Mr. Myers a run out. Just to get him some experience. Sabater is back, so he can go in to collect his weekly booking. That feels pretty good. Let's see if Francis Myers, old Frankie Myers, is as good as advertised. Allegedly, this guy has the potential to be a La Liga player in his future. Which means against a team who are bottom of the league, I expect him to score 6. That's how it works. It's just maths. Ironically, if he does score 6, we will be top of the league. So, bonuses. But for now, we just need him to do a thing. Just see how good he looks. He could make this shirt his own. He could have a good performance. He could make this shirt his own. He could be ready to go already. Carry up from the last match into this one, and you will do well. Make us proud. All that good positivity bollocks. Let's go get the game underway, and we'll see how the youngsters look today. Myers going to Hiner early on, which is always a smart move. Will Sabater and Hiner get booked by half time? Will they get booked within the first 20 minutes? We're about to find out on a wonderful game of when will they get booked? They'll definitely get booked. It's right, we'll be fine, right. So race between Medina and Sanz. It wasn't much of a race, was it? Sanz was like 10 yards ahead of him. Right, Bilaskis to Myers. Our first look at Frankie Myers. He's rattled the woodwork straight away. What a lad. What a lad. He has shown up to show up today. We're almost at the 20-minute mark and neither fullback has got booked yet. Is this a new record? Have we turned a corner? Can we get a cross in, please? Love it. Love it. Myers is there. Oh, almost got an assist. Almost got an assist. Myers is having a man of the match kind of game already. Already having a little man of the match game. Can he turn that into something? He is inside, drifting, waiting. Herrera to Gomez to Sabater. Sabater with a shot. Moya with a save. Okay. Hidner will take a corner. Will we see it? No, we won't. No, we will not see the corner, but we'll know it happened in our hearts. We are absolutely all over them. We are all over them like a rash. It's just not yielded a goal yet. Can't help feeling it will if we stop making stupid mistakes. Right, Sanz, what on earth are you? Why did you turn your back on that? Why are we doing silly things? Also, we're nearly at the end of the first half and neither of our fullbacks is booked. I just wanted to put that on the record. Neither of our fullbacks is booked and we're nearly at half time. That hasn't happened in ages. It's got to be a sign of the apocalypse. Luckily, Victor Mullera is there to score goal number 1 of the evening, which is perfect. It's the perfect time to score goal number 1 of the evening. And now we just wait for goal number 2, because it's got to be coming. It's got to be coming. Mullera's got a free kick. He'll score this. He'll score this. How many times have we seen this boy score free kicks? Oh, sprout the woodwork again. Rattled the old woodwork again. Mullera is going to take another corner. Can we get a goal from this? Into the box. Doesn't find a head, but finds Myers. Frankie Myers almost had a debut goal. I'm liking this kid. I think this kid could be important for our future. He's got the vibes. We're doing well. We can find another gear. Colin. I'm sorry your parents named you Colin, but if you could score a goal, that'd be lovely. Like, I get it, you've got to live with the shame of having been named Colin by your parents. But I promise you it will get better. You are a professional footballer. Your life has already improved vastly beyond your terrible start to life in being called Colin. It's been given away. Adan's running at us. Let's tackle him. Sans, tackle him. My word. We're almost an hour into this game without a booked fullback. I do not understand what's happening. I'm going to go very attacking. I'm going to start taking these guys apart. I think that's got to be the play here. That's got to be the play. Right, Frankie Myers with a chance to make something happen. Cutting inside. Arrero. It's not gone well. Let's get this ball back, please. Someone please get this ball back. Anyone? Okay, Jesus Christ, that was painful. Alright, let's try and get it up the other end and score again, shall we? Oh my word, how have we given the ball away? Stop it. Right. Gomez is frustrated. That's a good sign for him to sit down. Chote off for Latorre. Guerrero on for Arieta. We will stick Pierre off the pitch for Ignacio. And I think we'll stick Para back out there. Why not? He seems to be doing quite well when he plays in his odd 20-minute cameos. It can't hurt to give him another go. He doesn't look out of his depth yet, so that's always good. Sabater trying headerings. We are 3 points clear of Siete Vidas at the top of the table, well, in second at least. So there is a gap forming. We are getting some daylight between us and everyone else, which is nice. We are unbeaten, which is also nice. And we could be about to score goal numero dos. ¿Qué pasa? Okay, we didn't score goal numero dos, but it's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly acceptable footballing. We've done everything in our power to make sure that the result came home with us. We've chased them down. We can praise them. It's not our best performance of the season by any means, but a win is a win. And we did stick a couple of youngsters in there, so we can't really complain too much. Myers, it's the only thing he's done so far that's been poor, really poor, but it's okay. Blasquez, Mullera, that's going to be offside, is it? No, that is a 2-0 win. Mullera on fire. Safe to say on fire here. Looking good. Looking like a really solid footballer again. A 2-0 win will do us. 3-0 win would be better. Alejandro on the ball. Forward for Arieta. To Para. Para. Forward for Mullera. Mullera back to Para. Para to Blasquez. Blasquez over the top. Looking for Myers. He's found him somehow. Don't know how. Ball into Arieta, back to Myers, cross goes over, Blasquez can't finish it, Ignacio finds Para, Para has a pop from range. That would have been a great time for a 15-year-old to score his first goal. Am I into the Resident Evil games? I don't think I've played one since the first one, so I'm going to say I'm probably not qualified as into them, is a solid answer. I don't remember if I enjoyed the first one or not, but I didn't play the second, so I assume I probably didn't find it that much fun. That would be the assumption I would make. Now, I'm going to say we've done pretty well tonight. I think we've had a pretty good night. I hope everyone agrees that we've done well. We've not had a reason to stress. That's not updated the table yet. Let's update the table. Get a real sense of where we're leaving it. Good results for sure. For sure. We have played 8 games. We have won 7. We have drawn 1. Our goal difference is just behind Valladolid Promesas. Gotta think we can probably chase them down. And coming for next episode, I said it tomorrow. We will play Racing Santander Bay right off the bat, followed by Castro, who are way down here, Compostela, who are down here, and Atlético Astorga, who are way down here. So we should be in a good position. If we get another 8 games done next episode, well, tomorrow. I keep saying next episode like it's a thing. You guys know what I mean. We do have to play Valladolid Promesas as well. So that feels very tidy. It feels like we might be on a good run. Let's make sure I've saved that. That's a great start. And our beautiful friend Senor Doom is up playing some music. So we are going to say goodbye for now. Thank you for being here. Do come with us to say hi to Doom. If you are not following, please do. He is incredibly talented, and I know would appreciate the love from you. But thanks for being here, guys. Love you all very much. I shall be on tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll have a good time. But for now, have a good one, boys and girls. Good night.